Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading for the month of March 2022. I got snowed in again, so we're doing the readings from here because there's a lot of snow out there. But let's see, Aquarius. I don't have any oracle decks with me, so we're going to just use the Tarot of the Mystical Moments for the top cards here. But let's see what is going on for you at this time. There's some sort of decision that you've been trying to make, it looks like, for a while. A difficult decision. It's like one where you don't want to have future regrets. We've talked about this quite a bit over the past, I don't know, like few months, right? So I feel like there is an important decision that you are trying to make. That definitely shows up here. But it looks good, especially for your finances as well, if you're hoping to have an increase in your finances. But you start off with the Six of Swords here. One thing I will say about the Six of Swords is that it is a rite of passage. You know, the Six of Swords represents going through something to get to the other side. Normally, there's like a mother and her child on the Six of Swords, and they are leaving everything behind. They are leaving their entire life behind them, and they are moving to the other side for the hopes that things will improve. And you have the Four of Cups here as well. Four of Cups can be thinking that the grass is going to be greener on the other side. What I would say to you is it does, but this actually looks good. I do feel like the grass is greener on the other side. I do feel like there are improvements. Going this diagonal, you have the Four of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Six of Cups here. The Six of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune is a turnaround. You know, the Wheel of Fortune can just be a turnaround in your life in general. And the Six of Cups, it can represent a gift from the universe. And the gift we receive is normally if we're like trying to improve something in our life and we bump up against an obstacle. The Six of Cups can represent the removal of whatever that obstacle is. And it doesn't matter what you're trying to accomplish or achieve at this time. So definitely this is shaping up to be pretty good. You have the Four of Cups, the Strength card, and the Two of Pentacles here. With the Four of Cups, again, this can represent thinking or hoping that the grass is greener on the other side. It's funny because the Two of Pentacles actually came up in reverse. I don't read reversals, but it is interesting to me that the Two of Pentacles came up in reverse in your reading. I feel like I've said this to you before as well. The thing about the Two of Pentacles is that there are waves that go across the card, and they start off small and they get bigger on the other side. So it can represent to me like this building energy, an energy where things are kind of building up. So I feel for a lot of you that it's like an energy is building in your life. Something is getting harder and harder to ignore. Even going this way, we go Two of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, Seven of Cups. This to me is what I would describe as build-up energy. And what build-up energy is to me is we get very excited about something. We think about our future. We think about starting a business, or we think about being in love with a person. So we get to the Wheel of Fortune. We start getting the wheel moving in the right direction. The Seven of Cups is where we stop ourselves. Seven of Cups is where we kind of think, we start imagining these good things, and then we start imagining all the things that could go wrong. What I always feel like saying to you, Aquarius, is that number one, things will always go wrong, right? Things never go according to plan. We have Murphy's Law for a reason, right? So we just need to, I don't think we should expect it. I think we should expect the best. I was even reading a book, The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks a couple weeks ago, and he was saying, I don't remember exactly what he was saying, but he was saying something along the lines of, what would your life look like if everything went according to plan? Again, I'm paraphrasing here. I definitely recommend reading the book because it kind of changes your mindset. But at the same time, things will always happen. Things will always go wrong. So it's like there's always a reason to think about the Seven of Cups. And what I would say here is I feel like you need to stop. And I feel like you need to go towards something that is clearly going to be a victory for you here, especially with the Six of Wands in your last row. You have the Strength card here. I feel like you have been very strong at this time. I'm seeing this as a series of events, literally. I'm seeing this as just like these little, I'm almost seeing little bars, like chunks of time in my head with the Strength card. And I feel like that's how you've been experiencing life over the past like several months. Like I feel like it's been one chunk of time. Maybe it's been good. Maybe there's a challenge. Then there's a good time. Then the same challenge comes up. For some of you, it's popping into my head as family, where it's like you have good times, and then there's like a family issue. Then there's a good time, and there's a family issue. It's like happening in these chunks of time is the best way I could describe it. And I feel like you've been strong through this. This is like, channeling right through me, this reading. So I like when that happens. To me, it says things are definitely going in the right direction. You have the King of Pentacles here. I feel like you're thinking, like, are things going to be the same, forever? I feel like it's kind of like I'm seeing this as a goal, and also you wondering if this is the energy you're going to be experiencing, because King of Pentacles is a card of, the same. It can represent things being the same for too long. On one hand, things being the same can be extremely boring, or if you're experiencing a challenge, things being the same can be a bad thing. But if you get into a period of life where things are good, then of course you want things to always be the same. So I kind of feel like there is this like sameness energy going on around you with the King of Pentacles. I'm not even seeing it as a person. You have the Empress, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Five of Cups here. Five of Cups is like crying over spilt milk. He is crying because he's lost his taste for wine right here. And so, again, he has had something that is too much the same. He has experienced the same energy for too long. That's why he's crying over these 5 cups, or the 3 cups. If he were to turn around, he would see the 2 cups in the bridge that leads to the castle over here, Aquarius. So the 5 of Cups to me is a card of needing to turn around, needing to see what it could be behind you, even though it's not really behind you. He would actually be moving forward because he'd be able to get to that castle if he just, was, number one, grateful for what he does have. So for some of you, there could have been a loss, or you've been experiencing losses, but I feel like you need to look at what you do have. I also have been feeling this energy for a very long time, that I really feel we need to focus on what we're good at in life in general. I feel like in love, we need to focus on what we're good at in business and pretty much everything. And without knowing you, obviously, on a personal level, I can't tell you what you're good at. You're gonna have to kind of figure that out. So it's like, in love, for example, it's like maybe you're good at taking the lead in the relationship, and maybe you're good at, kind of making money or whatever, right? And I'm not saying this is like traditional roles, but maybe that's what you need to double down on. I also feel like sometimes we think like, oh, I just need to find a person I like, and then there's like this change thing that happens. I feel like you need to like start working backwards, which I feel I've said to you before. I think it would be better for you to say, I'm good with this type of person, and then work backwards. Find that type of person in love, for example. Same thing in like work or business. It's like you might have a job where you have to do a bunch of stuff that you don't want to do. And, you could say, well, that's life. We always have to do things that we don't want to do. But I'd say if there's ever a time where you could find a job that is pretty much almost exactly what you want, what you want to do, it would be right now. But what I would say to you here is this right here, is the Wheel of Fortune. We need to look outside what we have always been looking at. For example, there might be a perfect job that exists for you, but maybe it's in an industry that you've never thought of before. Maybe it's in something, very unique or very different. So we kind of have to like there's a lot more moving dirt, I would say. There's a saying in gold mining, right? You have to move a lot of dirt to get to the gold. So I feel there's a lot of dirt moving, and that's probably the challenge. You always get comments from people who are like, I'm so tired. I'm like, yeah, I get it. But at the same time, I mean, it's like the gold exists. So, it's like, keep digging. It's like, yes, you're tired, but, if it takes you a certain amount of time to get to that gold, it's like that time is going to pass anyway. So be tired, do the work, and, boom, this is what you will have. Empress energy, so I feel like there is a lot of success coming in for you, a lot of abundance, and I also feel like there's a lot of positive attention coming in for you as well because of this right here. Next, you have the Six of Wands. Six of Wands is a card of excellence. It's a card of attention, and it's also a card of success as well. So I do feel there is a lot of success coming in. You have the Seven of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and the Six of Cups here. Again, I see this as a big stumbling block, these Seven of Cups. It's like all the what ifs. I think you need to start focusing on like just the good things. It's like, yeah, bad things can always happen, but it's like I don't know. It's like as someone, I started my first business when I was like, I don't know, 16. I started cleaning fish tanks for people as a business, and that was like my first one. And it's like, I cannot tell you how many people have told me like all these things that could go wrong in business and like all this other stuff. And, it held me back for a very long period of time. But number one, don't take advice from people who don't know what they're talking about, people who have never had a business, right? This could be business for you, could be love, could be business, could be work, whatever. Take it how it resonates. Number two, it's like, yeah, the bad things happen, but it's like, there are people that prove you wrong, basically. And I'm not saying you're wrong here, Aquarius. It's like if someone has had a successful business, then it's possible for you. If someone has been married for life, for example, and very happily, there are plenty of happy marriages, plenty of people who die happily next to each other, right? It's possible for you. So, it's like bad things can always happen, but it's like we can't control that. It's like you're going to, I just see this, I don't know how to say this without sounding like a jerk, Aquarius. So just, take this with a grain of salt, right? It's like I just see you, there's something that can make you very happy, and I see you allowing things to stop you from being very happy with that Seven of Cups. And I'm not saying it's true for all of you, but I see you preventing happiness because something could happen. And it's like, yeah, that's true, but things could always happen, is what I would say there. You have the Knight of Swords, so no rushing at this time. And you also have the Six of Cups, so definitely a turnaround coming in for you. And sorry, I need water, but I feel like there's definitely a turnaround coming in for you, and I do feel there are improvements with the Six of Cups. Again, you have that Wheel of Fortune and the Six of Cups in this first diagonal, which is definitely very good. So let's see what is going on for you here. We're just going to clarify through here, Aquarius. With the Four of Cups and the Empress, you have the Page of Pentacles. Good news coming in for you. I feel that this could also be you learning how to do things. Page of Pentacles is a card of learning. With the Strength card in the Wheel of Fortune, you have the King of Pentacles. There you go. Permanence. I just feel a focus on permanence with the King of Pentacles because, he's showing up at the top of this row here, and I'm seeing him more as a goal, like I said earlier, where it's like you're trying to achieve permanent success, permanent abundance, whatever you want to call it. With the Two of Cups and the Five of Cups, the Two of Pentacles and the Five of Cups, you have the King of Cups. I do feel there could be love coming in for you. For some of you, again, this is clearly love that maybe you need to take a risk on, is what I would say. It's like, again, I think bad things could always happen, but it's almost like I see this Seven of Cups as preventing yourself from having something that could truly be very, very good for you. So, that's what I'll say there. And again, I do feel like there could be a King of Cups type of person, someone who's very kind of like in touch with their emotions. With the Empress and the Seven of Cups, you have the Four of Pentacles, holding on to a comfort zone is what I would say here. Everybody's been getting this right now. I think when we're in these like weird times, like we are right now, of course we want security, right? But I feel like security is actually the least secure thing that we could have right now. I think that the true security comes in, again, doing things that are unique, stepping outside of a comfort zone, innovating at this time. These are all risks that will lead to a lot of success. And I know I sound like a broken record, but, again, I feel like I just want to tell people what I think is the most important energy. I don't care about, like love or what, who's cheating on who, or, I don't care about Kim Kardashian or any of that, right? I just care about like what works right now. And so that's why I always talk about this stuff. But, I feel like doing new things is what's going to lead to success. With the Wheel of Fortune and the Knight of Swords, you have the Knight of Cups, Knight in Shining Armor coming in for you here. So definitely, if you want love, I feel like this could be a Knight in Shining Armor. I would trust with the King of Cups, I would trust the energy. Number one, I would say that King of Cups would be a little bit risky. He has this boat behind him here. You want to talk about someone who would be going on adventures, taking risks, doing things that seem a little bit risky as well. It's this guy. That boat in the background of the King of Cups, it kind of represents going on the ocean, like discovering things and doing new things. So you could be attracting a person who like takes risks, at this time. With the Five of Cups and the Six of Cups, you have the Eight of Wands. Quick success coming in for you here. So I love the Eight of Wands. I feel like there's communication coming in for you. I feel like there's communication that needs to be had as well. It's almost like I feel you need to like break a loop here. is what I would say to you. It's like this reading, it almost feels like a prophecy to me. I've only had this happen to me like one other time where I feel like the reading is like, what I mean by a prophecy is like your soul contract or your story, whatever you want to call it. And I feel like there's a loop that needs to be broken. It's not like a loop that needs to be closed. I feel like this is a repeated pattern here. Remember what I was saying about these blocks of time with the Strength card here. It's almost like you're breaking it free from something. Top row outcome, you have the Emperor here. So the Emperor could be following a plan. You have the Emperor and the Empress. So literally power couple vibes here. And again, it doesn't matter what gender you're attracted to. It could be the same gender, whatever. I feel like there could be like a power couple type of situation going on here. Middle row here, you have the Ten of Cups. It will lead to a lot of happiness. I don't do love readings, Aquarius, but what I will say is if you're like thinking about a person and you're wondering like, will I really be happy with this person? Will this be successful and everything? I would say yes, clearly. I mean, obviously trust the evidence. I keep telling people, trust the evidence. If I feel like we stay way too long in relationships that aren't working, right? We always get into a relationship, the person does something we don't like, we either don't talk about it or we let it go on for too long. We need to be better at breaking up with people, I feel, as a society, right? Number one. I feel like we need to be honest with ourselves, and we need to say, because again, that ends a cycle, right? Then we're ending a cycle of hurting people. If we tell people up front, hey, if this doesn't work, I'm going to let you know right away. I'm not going to waste time. I'm not going to do this or that or the other thing, and I'm going to be upfront and honest about it. Then we can end this like toxic BS that's going on in the first place. So that's what I would say here. But again, I feel like this is something that's very straightforward. Trust the evidence, right? Bottom row outcome, Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, and what I would say here is if this is love, Eight of Pentacles says the person will put in the work. It'll be very obvious that the person will be putting in the work as well, because Eight of Pentacles is like results. So I feel like this is straightforward work. For others, I feel like this is just a lot of happiness coming in for you in work or business or something that you're working on. But you're going to have to, I feel like you have to go for it. Like, no dipping your toes in the water. No star card, your card, right? I feel like you need to dive headfirst into something and rip the Band-Aid off. And this could include walking away from, like, a job or business that you have right now and moving on to something else. It's like you're this close to something. Super powerful reading. This is amazing. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.